And welcome everyone to the Nightcap Jet Fox Erie Facebook streaming live into the night. Pretty cool shot there. The moon at the top of the flagpole, and the flag, of course, now half mast, half staff. Excuse me, at Volunteer Fire Department number 3. So just a nice, cool shot to start you off with. Um, Linda from Erie and Antlers, hello. It is a Friday. Thomas Carlucci is here. 7-day. Good to see you. Trisha, hello. Zach is back. Good to see you, sir. So we're headed on into the weekend. There's a very minimal chance of seeing a shower or two. And other than that, it's high and dry and warmer next week. I'm just going to call you Elizabeth Ann because I don't know what your second name is there. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but you're going to be Elizabeth Ann to me. Timmy Reed, long time no see. Great to hear from you. Kevin, hello. Good to hear from you, sir. Sorry, it's the end of the week. I'm a little tired, but the show must go on, so we will go on. And let's do our thing. Hello, Cordman. Good to see you. Let me know what's going on. Okay, so we got some views, and that just happened to be a pretty neat one. Bayfront, what did I do here? Oh, yeah. How unusual. Friday night, there's police in front of smugglers. And then I got a downtown view, and it looks like, now remember, this is all chewed up, but there's something going on here, too. All right. So, I don't know, because smugglers is back from this location. It's almost, I don't know how tight I can get in on this one, but I'm going to give it a try just because I can. So this is where State Street's cut off, and then all this stuff is under construction. But hang on a second. Never a dull moment, on a Friday night. See if I can get in any tighter here. See what's going on. It's going to be a little blurry till I try to focus it up. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to focus it up because when you got the lights flashing like this, it's weird. Throws things out of kilter. But I think we're getting some headway here. That's as tight as I can get in. It'll be improving here a little bit. You never know. And I don't want to be like going into people's windows either. So if I can't figure this out soon, from this angle and from this angle, I don't know. It's hard to say if they're the same or if this is different. Yeah, because okay, they're up there too. Because there's the foot. There's where that's Second Street where it's closed off. So you've got these guys back here, by where you drive onto the dock, and then you got these guys up here. Okay, maybe they're the same guys. I can't tell. It's a weird angle. But anyway, there you go. That's your excitement for tonight. How are you guys doing? I know. So I liked Elizabeth Ann, so I'm sticking with that. Hi, Les. Good to see you. Of course not. Of course they didn't. It was a 4.5 minute newscast at 11 o'clock. I mean, the news content was like 4.5 minutes. So, you know, it's abbreviated because of Friday Night Lights. So, you know, it's, I wasn't, see, 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Mary Kay, good to see you. Teresa, good to see you. Same police, thanks. I was kind of coming to that conclusion. And as I kept looking at the shots, so something's going on down here. Yeah, uh, Charlie Kirk's death and assassin's capture. That's the lead. There was a body found in 4 Mile Creek. I believe a gentleman had a heart attack, fell into the creek. Police car accident. Those were those were the top four. Kirk suspect caught. Local reaction to Kirk's death. Body found in 4 Mile Creek. Police car accident. Oh, and they do have extended swimming, I guess, on the weekends, you know, lifeguard wise, in November. Yeah, that'd be great. Be a little nippy in this month, September, which is great because it's going to be warm at least this weekend. Kevin says it's a bad accident. Okay, 6 police cars at 7:30 a.m. around 11. Oh wow. Okay, well you guys know more than me. It is a Friday night. Ed from Central PA is here. So that is good. No problem, 7 Day. Okay, well, let's see where else we can go. Down to the bar. And there they are. And there's the fountain. So Edinburgh hopping on a Friday night. So there they are. Erie International Airport. I'm sure the Eagle has landed. I had this thing pointed out towards the front, just because they got this nice farm market here, and they got some mums here on these shelves, racks, whatever you want to call them. So signs of fall there. G Town's going to be on the dark side because it's not focused towards the country fair. It's focused towards the middle of town. Really, it is. There it is. Flag at half staff. I don't have a music verdict. I didn't even see my boss today, so we try again next week. It is a calm night weather-wise, and it's a calm night in Girard, apparently. And it's a calm night on Chestnut Street in Meadville. And at I-90 and Peach in Summit Township. Very nice. And I'm assuming downtown Warren as well. It's okay, Ed. It's the thought that counts. This tree here is starting to turn colors a little bit, and so are these. But we're still in summer, and it's going to feel like summer. Gosh, I got all this hucklebuck all over the place. Trying to get Cornman's camera here. And here it comes. And there you have the diamond in St. Mary's. Yeah, I bet it was warm out there. Let's do some radar coast to coast. Do a little temps because there's not much radar to look at in that sense of the word. Good God, I got more screens here. No, 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 no. Okay. So I'll just widen it out because there's no rain. Oh, there you go. There you are, Elizabeth Ann. There you are. That was Mark Andrew John. Put you up there, Zach. There you go. Ed, Central PA. So that is now, oh, good. I do have the 12-hour loop still on there. So, yeah, there you go. You were in the 80s today out there in Indianapolis, north of Indianapolis. And so were you, Ed. And yeah, so were you, Zach. And you see there's thunderstorms up there. You can see the lightning up in here, but not a whole lot going on for us. So if I switched it over to radar, please, there they are. Take the rest of the stuff off there. But they're not going to amount to much. You know, we've been talking about this the whole time. They make their march, but this big ridge over here is just going to dry most of that out once it starts getting down towards us. Oh, I'm glad it's cool there. See what happens here? Stuff's trying to get across Lake Huron, and it's just not doing much. In fact, I should probably just try using the local radar there. See if it's overdone. That's pretty funny about your pets there, Les. I hope the dog's okay. Yeah, there's not a lot going on there. That's just a lot of junk. All right, so we're pretty much high and dry. And what that means is if we get a shower out of this, that's going to be widely scattered and light, and it would probably happen anytime from mid-afternoon to evening tomorrow if it happened. And then that's it for almost another week. So, and we talked about the warm up. The warm ups, for those of you who aren't warming up already, more warm air for Erie to come next week. Wives will do that, Ed. Yes, they will. So that's the deal. And with that kind of a pattern, folks, you're not going to get much in the way of severe weather anywhere nearby. Now, out in South Dakota here, they got a little hucklebuck going on. A little marginal risk by Chicago. Yeah, it all stays well to our west. So we're in pretty good shape, folks, as you look again at the diamond with the eternal flame. Nice. They got their flag down too, in memory of Mr. Kirk. Yeah, I guess that would be kind of a nasty cleanup job. So let me bop out of this and try to, hang on just a second. It's getting conflicting stuff here. Hate it when that happens. Let's go back to the Bayfront. All right, there you go. It looks like things are dispersing. People are walking away. It's like, it's last call. I'm going home. Thanks for having a good eye there, Tim. Now that I see these things there by the flagpoles, I get a better perspective. Because when you look from the downtown, those are those things, and those are the flagpoles. So good eyes. But I'm backing this thing out because I don't want to be looking in these people's windows. That's not cool. All righty then. So we'll take a look at a couple of models and see if we got anything else exciting going on. Just center that one a little better. Sorry that there's not too much really to report. The tropics. Let me go to my show here. I got a nice little graphic. I love this graphic. Hang on. About hurricanes, because the season has been so dormant. But I found some very cool graphics. Hang on, I'll show them to you. Maybe a couple pictures too. Hopefully your audio gets better. There, 7-day. All right, so we've been showing you all this stuff, showing you a whole lot of nothing out there. Oh, the Seawolves won tonight, I believe, and they were the Moon Mammoths tonight, and I believe they are tomorrow. And then the last game of the season, which is Sunday, they turn back into the Seawolves, and then there's playoffs next week, which is pretty cool. Can I please have my stuff? Oh my gosh, don't tell me this is old. Just don't. That would tend to make me upset. Where in the world did you go? I hate it. I hate it when this happens because stuff is missing, and I don't like it when stuff is missing. All right, great. You guys, all right, I'm just going to do this. I'm not going to get fancy here. So, there's not a whole lot going on, right? So, here's the graph of the Atlantic season, all right? Starts on June 1st, lasts till November 30th, and the peak is September 10th. Now, the blue are the named storms, which means it could be a tropical storm or a hurricane because they get a name when they're a tropical storm. The red is the hurricane, but they both have the same peak right there. So last year, later in September and early October, we got nailed with Helene and Milton. But still, there's not a lot going on as of now. Because if you look at it, let me just see something. This is an old path in here. I wonder if it works. I don't know if this is going to work anymore. But okay, there it is. That's Helene. All right. I wish I had the date on here, but that could be easily found out. That's last year. Remember, slammed into Florida here and then just drifted towards the Smoky Mountains here by Adam Baker and just annihilated, especially, what was it, Boone, North Carolina, over here right by the Smokies. So it did a little hook and just deluged that area. And that happened later in the year. So even though we're at peak now and we haven't, I don't know if that storm would be named, the next one would be named Gabrielle, I think. But last year, let me just get the date on this. Yeah, September 24th. So that waited till late September. Okay, and we're only on the 13th right now. So even though, you know, we're past the peak, we were past the peak last year and got two nasty storms. I'm hoping that doesn't happen this year. Nobody wants that. But if you had, let me see if I got the, yeah, here's the list. So the next one would be Gabrielle. And this is a interesting stat here. Costliest hurricanes. And Helene made the list in number 7. Interesting. There's Ian. So just some interesting tropical facts to swap and share with family and friends. But there's really nothing to see unless this front materializes. With any showers. So see, they try to pull some in here like 3, 4. But that would, if that happens, that's it. I mean, it's just getting sunnier and warmer next week. So get ready for that. And as far as temps goes, it's just another beautiful night. You know, just another beautiful night out there. And there's some temps. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not going to be much in the way of rain. All right. Just maybe next Friday. I didn't even put it in yet because it's so far down the road. And if you want to look at stats, you can do that too. If I could find them. Okay, so if you want to look at it this way, you know, Now we're getting close to two inches below normal for the year. We just haven't had a lot of rain yet. Thanks, Mary Kay. Good to see you. Yeah, fireworks at the Seawolves game. All right. So yes, as Thomas Carlucci says, we could use some rain, but there's not a whole lot in our future. Here's locals. Nice, just another nice night. Okay, so let's look at a couple more here, just to kind of round it out. The tadpoles, they're just producing a few spitty spotty showers, 5, 6, 7, and that's about it. Then everything looks pretty good on Sunday and Monday. We start to warm up. So no matter what you're using, they're all pretty much in agreement. Here's your high res NAM, Thomas Carlucci, I think. Yes. Yeah, they're hardly doing anything. So they say it really doesn't rain. And most of you probably won't see much. Um, I'm trying to get the last one here that I like, the H triple R. Okay. So this one says, yeah, a couple can come down here. Boom, boom, boom. And then it's done. So you look at the longer range stuff to take you into early next week. I mean, and Beth Ann, you're on here too. There's a chance for a few showers out your way tomorrow. You have a much better chance than we do. See all that out by Fort Wayne? We just get little blips, and that's it. Once this thing moves east, the winds come out of the south, and we start warming up. And I think we got low 80s on tap at that point. I don't know if they have Edwards on the list because they have 6 lists, so I can check real quick here and then we'll do a forecast. I think I'm just going to do 7-day if I can because I'm gonna. All right, yeah, I can do that. All right, let me look real quick here at the names. Yeah, they got this one little thing, and there it is. Still way out there. Come on, talk to me. 7 days, 40% chance of a tropical system forming. So maybe by the end of next week, if it holds together. But that's not I mean, they had something out here before earlier this week, and then that just croaked. So, yeah, I don't hold a lot of faith in that. But there's your names. Edward next year. Edward. There you go. You got a shot right there. So try it. Pretty cool. All right. Yes, it is okay, 7 days. So let me show you the 7-day. Here you go. I think we're pretty good there. Hmm. So summer is still here. I guess that's the last full week of summer. So enjoy. Let me check the long range here and just make sure it's still intact. Hang on. All right. Maybe something by late Friday. You just check the euro here. Okay, waiting for this to spit out. Hmm. Yeah, maybe something by later on Friday. But other than that, it's pretty smooth sailing, pretty warm. So yeah, it's gonna be toasty, but with low dew points, so nothing really all that terrible. All right, guys. Well, I'm glad we had this time together. The show used to end this that way. For those of us that remember sitcoms. Oh, it was Carol Burnett, right? I don't know. Again, I'm confused. I will check the latest guidance here for you. There you go. Thanks. Appreciate it. I was between Boy the Way Glenn Miller played, which was the opening for All in the Family, and you know all that stuff. For those of us who remember 70s, 80s television. Um, all right, let me see if they've got anything new for you, 7 Day. If you went totally with the GFS, yeah, it's all 50s. It gets to 59, but it's still all 50s. So that's good. Pretty good. All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks. Thanks for being here. Maybe we'll have some music by the end of next week, or at least a national anthem. That's what I'm shooting for. You guys have a great weekend. I should be back Monday, God willing, and the creek don't rise. More tranquil, beautiful weather next week for the most part, and we'll just do the best we can. So, thank you all, and y'all come back. Yeah. All right. Thank you for your support.